Alright, hello everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to be doing another wash-in today with these two machines right here, the Maytag A4H2 and the Kenmore 70 series. Now, I wanted to do this today because I know I've been showing this washer a lot in the most recent videos, and I wanted to give you guys a little break from that and go back to the first two washing machines I owned. So today, in here we have a smallish load of towels, and in the Kenmore, a medium load of just regular clothes. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna set the cycles for this one. We're gonna go small with warm, cold, and we're gonna set it to the 10-minute wash cycle. And over here, we're gonna set it to medium. Leave it at warm, warm. Actually, yeah, we'll leave it at warm, warm. And we're going to set the timer to 10 minutes for the cotton sturdy cycle. We'll go ahead and start this one. And we will start this one. And the detergent that we're going to use today is the Extra Tropical Passion. So let's go ahead. I can do this with one hand this time. Loosen up the cap and pour in a capful of the detergent. Just like that. For this one, I'm going to go ahead, pull off the top of the agitator and dump it in. You can see it coming out down there. That's the only thing I don't like about doing that, is because I'm not very good at it, so I kind of get detergent everywhere, especially on the small load settings. It doesn't rinse it out very well. And then for the Kenmore, we'll go ahead and we'll add another capful. Come over here and pour in a capful. And I might as well toss the detergent cap in one of the machines too. So, just to show you guys, this washer, I do have the black straight vane agitator for it, as well as we have the Penta Scrub and the triple action that I currently don't have in it, as well as we have back up on that shelf. Hold on, actually let me go back over there closer to it. Back up here, we have the KitchenAid and the Whirlpool Direct Drive agitator. Currently in the 70 series, see right there, we have the, well actually for you guys it's backwards, so here let me go ahead and flip it around to try to block some of that light. There we go. Nope, it won't focus on it, but it's the double duty super circulator. And then over here in this washer, currently we have the shark fin, or the shark fin agitator, so that's what it was nicknamed, as well as it's the agitator from a Dependable Care Maytag. See here we have the logo for it. I do need to clean the console a little bit better. I don't think I've ever really shown you guys the labels up close on any of my machines. So here we have the Maytag with all the buttons, all of that. On this Maytag, obviously that logo was the load size and temperature and all of the cycle and options. The 70 series with its many options. And then the catalyst over here. And I'm leaving the lid up on this one just because we were just using it earlier. This one should start any second now. Medium is about the top row of holes in the tub, because the holes only go up halfway on this one. And this one just started. This one is on small, so it probably won't turn the clothes over, but it will definitely throw them around in that water. It's really splashing that water out well, too. See here, this is where the wind filter works, or where the water comes out of. I did finally order the actual cartridge that goes in there. So that should be here soon, hopefully. And then you can actually see how well the wind filter works. I would just like to show that I did finally find a way to hook all of the water washers up into one hose line. So all four of them. See, we have the main water, which I can turn on and off there. It just runs into a little 6-foot garden hose that goes to this Y splitter back here. This here branches into the 4. This goes to the 2 Maytags here. So if I want to use the Maytags, I turn this one on. These 2 hoses are for the Maytag over there, and the 2 colored hoses are for this Maytag, as you can see over here. And then the other Y branches into a 20-foot garden hose, actually I think it's 25, and runs back and along behind the machines, which you can see comes over here into another 4-way splitter down there. And that runs, this set of hoses goes to the catalyst, and that colored set of hoses over there goes to the Kenmore. Which you can see back over here. Yeah, that's how I did that. You can see not much suds going on in the Kenmore at the moment, but it is definitely cleaning, which works very well. Over here in the Maytag, we are building up some suds just because it's really throwing the water and clothes around in there. I might as well go ahead and add just a little more, because I do know this is AC detergent, so we won't touch too much, but I want to see if we can get a little more. This washer really does love to splash that water out all around itself. And this one is over here, going along just nice and fine. Almost 2 minutes in. This one is changed a little. the tub does move back side to side a little bit. And then on this one you can see it does kind of shift back and forth like that. You can really see how the water is splashing out up here. There's a big blob right there. Just in case anyone's curious, there's the model number for this, as well as the serial number, if you can read that. This one's not sudsing up quite as much, but I think that's in part because of the high efficiency detergent. This will also kind of contribute some, as well as the fact that this one is on the much smaller water level, growing around towels, some of which the towels already had some soap and stuff built onto them because there's a lot of dish towels in there too. So that'll also contribute some to the sudsing. You can see all the water rushing back into the tub down there. Now, of course, that I'm showing it is not going to do it. This one's almost to drain. This one still has about 4 minutes. Too big, never mind. That guy can just go right there. go, that one's in the drain. You can see the water level going down. Well, you can see just how dark that water is and how dirty it is. Yeah, that water is extremely dirty. This one will probably go to spin shortly. It's in about a minute. See, this one's basically already out of water. You'll hear that noise in a minute of it. Sucking the air into the pump. You may hear it better from down in here. Right there. And this one just stopped too. So this one's going to go ahead and set into spin. We'll see if it goes off balance with those towels or not. Just take a quick step outside here so you can see where all the water comes out, and it does collect some down there. Oh, there's a rabbit over there. There's many creatures that... There's a little chipmunk over there too. Anyway, back to the washers. This one is building up speed now. Still draining. There we go, there's the spray rinse. On these are very effective. See this one over here should go into spin just about any second now. That one just stopped spray rinsing, which is perfect timing because that means this one can use as much water as it needs in order to spray rinse. Now I know it may look like the agitator is going this way, but on this one the tub is actually spinning this way. And on this one, the tub is spinning this way. So they spin opposite directions of each other. You can kind of see that. And And this one also is shaking quite a bit, because there's that one. This one's going to start filling now. Now this one does shake quite a bit, as you can probably see from this here. But that is because I did have it out for a little bit in order to change the pump a couple weeks back. And then, to put the 3-port pump in order to add this. And unfortunately that back self-leveling leg did not set correctly. So it is kind of going like this, but like angled, so it's kind of, one of those. But if I do put my weight on the front part here, it goes away. So I just need to readjust that back leg, which is easier said than done when it's in the middle of 2 washers like this. But I'll get it done at some point. There we go, that one's ramping down, and they're both filling for rinse now. Okay, you can see the lid still vibrating. Maybe not. This camera stability control is too good, but it was, the entire lid was vibrating. See, this one is on cold, so you see there is really no pressure at all coming out of here. And since this one's on warm, it's gonna fill much faster, as you can see from here. You can kind of see some of the water collecting down there, starting to come up the base of the agitator. This one is already quite full, but since this one's on small, this one's on medium, they should start going at pretty much the same time. You see, if I were to turn it to warm-cold, this one would lose a lot of water pressure and that would gain some, but we'll leave it at warm-warm just so this one fills as fast as it can and that one won't do anything weird. At this point, it's anyone's guess as to which one will start first, because this one has much less water pressure, but it already has more water in it, and it's only going to small, whereas this one has more water pressure, less water already in it, and has to go to, right around this second row of holes right there. That is a neat thing about this washer. It's the only one that doesn't have holes up the entire length of the tub. They only come up about half the way. Whereas that washer, you can clearly see the holes go all the way to the top. This one, they go pretty much all the way to the top, and that one's the same as this one, just in white. It wasn't even unintentional that I have one Kenmore with a gray spackled tub, and one Kenmore with a white tub, as well as one Maytag with a blue tub, and one Maytag with a white tub. And they're all the large capacity machines. That's the large capacity. This is the large capacity, or I think it says extra capacity. This is the heavy duty plus, which means it has the larger tub, and this one is the king size tub, so it has the really large tub as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the just kind of hold the camera here so we can see both machines as soon as they start agitating. There we go. See, this one is rinsing away, and it's already got good turnover going. And this one's scrubbing those towels even more. And one interesting thing I'd like to point out that I noticed the other day is that on this Kenmore, you look, it does have the spiral pattern drum, but if you look, each row of holes is about a finger width apart, except for this very top row of holes, which has a slightly smaller gap between the rows. If it wants to focus, there, you can see how there's an even spacing between all of them until you get to that top row of holes. As well as the bottom row of holes is different. You have a small grouping of holes around this side, and then you have oh, that's a really bad camera lighting, but you have smaller grouping of holes, 2 of them right there, a slightly longer one, another 2 small groupings of holes, and then another long grouping of holes. You see, this one just stopped going, so this one's going to go to spin soon. And then with this one here, you see how the water has kind of changed the flow amount that's coming out of there, or with the flow pattern. And that's because it does still build up a little bit of lint in there that I do have to clean out every once in a while. With this one, you see it's just discharging its water nice. See, it's coming out of that one right there. Oh, and there goes the Kenmore too at the same time. This one does for sure have a pretty worn drive belt, and that's because I ordered a set of belts for it, but they weren't factory replacements. I think there was some other company, I don't remember exactly what, and it has the new pump belt on it, but I didn't get around to putting the new drive belt on it because I've heard that causes issues with these machines, so that's why I have not put a new drive belt on this one. That one's still on its original belts as well. This one is on a replacement belt. That one, it doesn't have a belt because it's direct drive, so. Actually, if I just go ahead and close the lids on these, you can actually hear just how quiet these machines really are. And also, a little fun fact, the Kenmore is the only one that isn't white. Like, or really white, as you can see the clear difference between them right there. And also, each machine has that little kind of cutout at the bottom of its cabinets, which I think is kind of interesting. I'll go ahead and open both of these back up. This one is still draining, so it should go any minute now. Here, let me do something for you guys so you can see this. Just put your knee right there and pull. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Let me put the camera down for a second. Sorry about that. If you pull, it pulls the top off, and then you can very carefully lift it up like that. And normally it would hinge back there, but because it hit the wall first, I have to hold it up. So here we go. So I'm gonna have to hold this camera with one hand, so I apologize if it's even shakier than it has been. And here you can see how I ran that hose for the water return. Yeah, this will give you guys a good view. There we go. And you see, these machines do also have a hanging style suspension. These belt drive machines. But because they spin at much lower RPM than modern washers, they can handle it. So that one just shut off, which you can see here. That one's done, meaning this one will be done shortly. Go ahead. You can see it just has these two little clips here that snap into the top of this. And yeah, just go ahead. And you can hear it here. If I push down, kind of, this side's, it's a little sensitive sometimes. You gotta, there we go. Just like that, it closes. While this one's finishing up, I would like to kind of just say I do have room to put another washing machine here, because that lawnmower is going to be going sometime, and I can move the ladder, obviously. But I would like to get a 5th washer in here, and I just want to know what you guys would like to see, because obviously it has to be on the cheaper side, as well as something that preferably isn't a Kenmore or Maytag, since, you know, I already have 2 Maytags and 2 Kenmores, so I'd like to get something a little different. And then, so yeah, just let me know if what kind of washer you guys would like to see. If it's a direct drive or a belt drive, or preferably, really the only washer I wouldn't like to get at the moment is a front loader, just because that'll be kind of trouble to set up and get good videos of. But so yeah, just let me know, like, you know, GE, like a GE filter flow, maybe. I was thinking something like that, as well as maybe a KitchenAid. Maybe a KitchenAid Superba if I can find one. So yeah, this one should be done shortly. Only about, I'd say, 4 minutes probably. It has one more timer increment to just before the off, and then it advances to off. And I do apologize for the kind of poor lighting. That's only because I'm using that lamp still, as well as I have one over here that I have pointed at that machine, so that's why the camera liked to get really dark and really dim, because it's set to auto lighting. So if I pan it to something dark, like back there, or if the camera picks up less light, it'll more overexpose it, as you see over here, whereas if I focus back to it, it'll adjust better. Which is why you see it's just very, very white over here, because the auto balance is not the greatest. Yeah, from here you can really hear that kind of pulsing, breathing kind of noise from this machine. And it makes while pushing out the last little bits of water. You see, there's not really much coming out of the hose because it is this one here. There's really nothing else coming out of it. Maybe a little bit, but not enough to do anything. We are on the last 2-minute timer increment, as you can see there. Come on, focus. There we go. you go. There's the today's load of laundry done, and that's this video over. So I hope you guys enjoyed a lot. Remember to like, share it, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.